Youth can be either a blessing or a curse. If you don't empower them through opportunities for education to acquire skills, they become basically failures. They become delinquents, drug addicts, criminals. So they're basically a burden on society. But if you impart skills on these youths so that they are able to do work here and there, then they become a motive force for development. That's why we all the time laid a lot of emphasis on education, from ECD through primary to secondary to university education. So you're here, and you're working because you got the education opportunity to learn. But see, what you're having in Africa again is lack of opportunities. Lack of opportunities to employ these youth. That's why the reason why I'm very happy that we are talking about people living in Kenya and working for companies in Germany. And this agreement has just been signed here between us, that Kenyans can work for German corporations when they're living there in Kenya. Okay? And then, so in other words, instead of these people exporting labor to Africa, we are the ones who are now exporting labor where? Here. Because you see, whereas we have a youth dividends, these people have got a youth deficit here. It's an aging society. And that's why I'm so happy that the government has signed an agreement here with the government of Germany, so that our people who are living here can live and work here properly without exploitation. This is very, very important, because this is an agreement that is signed between this government and many other governments in Europe. In fact, EU has got regulations about mobility of labor and how this, those women migrating from one country to another country are to be treated. So this is what we want also to happen to our people, our Kenyan people, so that Kenyans who live out here feel protected and they cannot be exploited by anybody.
We want to make sure that this is a common way that Kenyans can work, so that, and it's amazing the number of people, the number of young people, and when I talk to some of them, they were telling, because they will. Eventually, these factories, it will not make business sense for them to be here. It is one thing I'm very proud of, that we have managed to build a very positive profile globally for people who refuse to go back to Kenya. I told them we have a very beautiful country. Yes. Of the leadership of this country, but I did tell Ambassador here that we must find a way of remedying sectors here. I remember yesterday in the press conference I told we are yet even to pass AI regulations in Nepal, but it's already way ahead. They who are working online, I was very, very impressed when I went. And number 4 is export of labor, Employment Authority, and they are doing now a wonderful job. It was a moribund organization with corruption and confusion in that space, and we've had to exit. I think close to Mr. Mushangi there, who is the chairman of the labor committees. I know we have the representative of the Chamber of Commerce right in our midst here. and looking at what opportunities. We are very proud of our country. So we will do what we have to do. I told some good people here, I have a few, maybe they want me to respond to one or two issues.
The second is that this is an opportunity for you to interact directly with.
The kind of challenges that people face living here. See, when I arrived here, I was a very...
But the academic credentials, as you say, Mr. President, they are very different than our school system. My first question...
And actually, those two issues came up. That some of the Kenyans who come here, you have that opportunity. They already have offices in India because there is a big market. Talent orange. There is a...
From my generation, because I think I came here as a very young girl. I've gone here to school, I've studied here, I've taught here, and I work at the administration doing the implementation. So those were my two questions.
Thank you very much, Jerry. It's from an all-round experience.
Yes.
I think you said we should expel the older ones. To persuade you guys, You know, sometimes we think, okay, we have a youth budge, we have a labor market in Germany. What does government do? You brought so that they can, and if you can get a representative or two to be part of the implementation program. But I think the next time I come, we do it in, if we had maybe found time yesterday.
The people who are brought on board, and with no offense about Germans, they are our husbands, they are our children, but we want Kenyans who are in Berlin.
So that is something that we are already working on. And the church staff issue has actually been raised with me just this week about, and I believe that is a...
Amongst yourselves and sort yourselves out. I mean, honestly, you know, would have taken longer so that we can engage better and we can listen to one another better. But let me conclude by saying, today I was meeting the recruiting agencies in the morning. They've been having very serious problems of accessing this market because we didn't have an agreement. Today we are using the agreement to make it easy. First, to make sure that we have mutual recognition of skills. Second, we have elimination of unnecessary barriers for those people who have an opportunity to work here. Three, it creates a seamless connection between the opportunities in Germany, that are many, and the millions of young people in Kenya that are looking for those opportunities. This agreement facilitates those who are looking for opportunities. And nobody will be forced to come to Germany. It is a volunteer. When you're looking for a job, you look for a job in a place where you are comfortable to work. The rules are there, the regulations are there, and much more importantly, there are citizens who come from Kenya, work for companies here, and sometimes they are abused and they are mishandled. The agreement gives us now the opportunity to make sure that we can protect the rights of Kenyans working in Germany. Making sure that they are paid in accordance with the law. We don't want Kenyans to be underpaid merely because they are of the color of their skin. They are also treated as they should, as we treat citizens of other countries. It also gives us an opportunity to have visas for people who want to train in Germany, you know, which has always been a problem. And secondly, it also gives us an opportunity to, even when you have trained it now gives you an opportunity for you to have industrial attachment, visa for you to stay here, to make sure that you have an opportunity for industrial attachment. And then it also gives you an opportunity once you have a company that now wants to hire you. It also makes sure that you have the legal framework for you to work here with proper documentation. Technology is going to influence many things in the future. It is the reason why we are digitizing government services. We had 350 government services digitized in 2022. We now have 20,000 digitized. And it is my intention that by the end of this year, every government service must be on the digital platform. So that it doesn't matter where you are, whether you are within country or even outside country, you can engage with government and you can get access to government services. It will be a very important intersection between where we are coming from and what the future looks like. And it is the reason why we are going to Parliament, because there is now going to be another divide, the digital divide. We were left behind before. This time round, on technology, we do not want to be left behind. And it is the reason why we are discussing with Parliament how we are going to create the legal environment and the legal infrastructure to support our growth of this sector. Luckily for us, Kenya is a very tech-savvy country. Our plan is to have a digital hub in every ward in Kenya. That is why we are rolling out fiber optic using Kenya Power, so that every place when Kenya Power is delivering electricity on the same backbone, they will be delivering internet. And that contract has already been signed. It is actually works in progress. Some of the Kenyans who come here, you have qualified, but when you come here, you are told you're taken back a year. Yes. And you're told, go back to school and do this. And it is because we didn't have a framework. Now we do. And in fact, one of the issues that two issues I raised with the German Chancellor was, how do we have mutual recognition of skills? And it is provided for under this agreement. We will now work on how does a plumber in Kenya, an engineer in Kenya, a nurse in Kenya, how do we make sure that they have the same qualification? So that when you come from Kenya as a nurse, it is already recognized that if you are licensed as a nurse in Kenya, it is the same licensing that can get you into the German space. We are concerned that we have millions of young people coming out of college with skills, with competencies, but we do not have enough jobs at the moment in our country. Should we deny them the opportunity to come and work in Germany? I don't think so. And that is the reason why we took the bold step that, okay, we have a youth bulge. We have a labor market in Germany. What does government do? You proactively engage with the labor market so that you provide a mechanism that is win-win, that secures opportunities but also protects Kenyans from being exploited. And that is what we have provided in this agreement. And I cannot say it is 100% perfect. Maybe there are areas we can improve. And that is why I asked my sister there, as a lawyer in this country, to look at the agreement. If there are areas we can make it better, let's do.
What are the conversations that you're having to make our school system kind of the same with the German system? So when we are translating our documents, our Anerkennung, our work credentials that they are accredited here, that we are given the same chances as the Germans who are here. Because you are starting from scratch. As they said, you are going through a lot of stress as men. We've studied back in Kenya, we have our degrees, you come here, you're told you have to start again.